What's up, guys? It's Rich, bringing you guys another video today. Today we're talking about how to make some money in Escape from Tarkov. This is what I've done this wipe to get me up in the most money I've ever had in any wipe playing this game. And this is the map I've played on. This is the kind of path I've followed on. And these are some tips I'm going to recommend to you. But this is a really efficient and strong way to get some good ruble in game and not have to worry about really much of that anymore. Because I know ruble is kind of the main factor for a lot of people in determining gear fear and things like that. So hopefully this will help a lot of people out. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. But thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the video. If you enjoy the video, drop a like. If you want to see some more future content, drop a sub. I appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you again for all the love, as always. Let's hop into it and let's talk about some Streets of Tarkov and how to make some of the most money in game. All right, guys, so hopping in right now, I really want to give you a quick little rundown of all the keys that I use, mainly the top section here. This is what I've been using this wipe: Concordia 64, Concordia Office, Concordia 63, Stairs keys for the check building, Concordia Security. So a lot of Concordia keys, as you'll see. Tar Bank, really easy for some really simple money, nothing great. And the Lexos key I don't really use. That's just there for some quest things. So really these are the keys I use. I mean, there are some more keys around the map, but this is mainly what I use personally. So take that as you will. Obviously, everybody else has a different mechanic to the game. So I'm going to start off by running towards the Concordia building. Generally, I don't actually know what. Let me show you this one area over here that I can quickly loot. It's not a really good looting spot in terms of rarity and things like that, but I have found some decent things over here. A couple of med stim spawns and maybe a couple of rare. I mean, you're not talking about anything too crazy in this spot here. It's really just some decent higher than normal loot, I'll say. So you come up to the second floor and you'll check the left room here. So you got some food spawns in here. So, you know, if you don't want to make a run of Goshan, this is a good place. Some spawns potentially around here on a chair, and then sometimes around the floor here as well. Nothing crazy, but like I said, I found some spawns here, some decent ones. Nothing crazy. I think I actually may have found a moonshine here once, but that was only once. And then you have tech spawns that generally spawn in this second room. But as of right now, I am in an offline raid, so just keep that in mind in comparison to a live raid. But I just want to show you the loot spots in specific. So over here, you have some more spawns around the table. You have some more food spawns that can spawn around here. Some more med spawns, as you see here. And sometimes spawn around some more food spawns spawn around that kitchen counter there. So we'll just grab some meds here. Just fill up the bag for you guys. And then we'll go back out. And you can go up to the 4th floor. So nothing on the 3rd floor. But the 4th floor will have some more spawns for you. So you can go in this room. You have some duffels you can check. Sometimes it spawns 2 duffel bags in this room. So just keep that as you will. Keep that information as you want to. Other than that, you generally have the 1 duffel bag here, and then the second one will spawn around right here. I think on that, right in front of that TV is where it spawns at. Then you'll have some stim spawn that spawn on this chair. And some around this area here. So if you're looking for some basic stims, that's a good area to search here. Always come over here, check the floor. Some loot may spawn there as well. Then you come in here, you'll have a med case, or med crate, excuse me. And no, med case. I was right. I don't know why I thought it was med crate. And it's, you know, potential LEDX spawns and stuff like that may always pop up in there. So it's always good to check this area if you spawn next to it. I wouldn't go out of my way to check this building. It's okay. At best, maybe like a 6 out of 10 on my scales, but it's solid enough to get the job done. If you're running by it, you know, if you spawn over here, if you have time, you want to go check it, definitely give it a run. So, all right, so jumping over to the Concordia side of the building, just so you know where we are, there's a car dealership there. Be aware that Kaban can, I don't know if you play Streets much or not. If you do play, you'll be aware. Don't run on this grass at all. There are claymores on it the entire way here. So all of that has claymores, so stay away from that. And Kaban can spawn in there, and his guards can spawn, and there's mounted machine gun turrets and grenade launchers that can kill you very quickly. So be aware and try and avoid those. My guy won't stop breathing, please. But they can kill you really quickly. And so if before I mention anything, I forgot before I even started this. I'll probably put this maybe at the start of the video. If not, you're reading it here. So the number one thing I always recommend when you're doing this map is playing it at night, okay? This makes it I'm not exaggerating when I say it, 100 times easier. More likely than not, if you're trying to avoid PvP and other players, play this map at night, throw on some night vision, run this same route I'm showing you now, and you will be able to take advantage of a lot less combat and a lot better gear and loot, or a lot better loot, I'm sorry. So just so you're aware right now, there's the playground. Right over there is the crane, so this will take you in here. This little room has some decent loot. You got a duffel bag right here. You can check. This room over here does not require any keys. So green battery, it's pretty good. And you take the paid if you want. I mean, what I tend to do sometimes, if it's like a not crazy item that has a lot of value, I'll still keep it, but I'll dump it after some higher tier loot. But also at the same time, just keep in mind your weight. It comes in a factor. So whatever level you're at, keep that in mind. So some wires here. So that has a PC spawn. Always check in this little bag. Literally in this shirt right here. You'll have to get into it, and it's raining harder in game. Lovely. So you'll have to get into it and see. Maybe you see your little white dot to loot come up, but that is a rare spawn that you can spawn Veritas, military cable, and other high tier loot. You know, Bitcoin and things like that. So there's some spawns here along the bed, and then this green shoebox has rare loot as well. I've gotten Bitcoin out of there. I've gotten Veritas picks, and military cables, and some, there's solid loot there. So that's an easy room to check if you don't need it. If you don't want to spend any money on keys, that's one of the rooms you can hit. What I like to do now, I like to go all the way down to the parking garage. Okay. And you'll come over here. You'll run to your left. And be aware that depending on where you spawn, if you're more likely to run into players or not. So just be aware playing streets is the only way to really learn it. So the more you play, the better you get at it. So this right here is going to be Concordia security room, as you can clearly read in Russian. So we'll open this up. Sorry about that. We're going to open that up. That leads right here. It's going to lead to this safe. You can check that out. I mean, that's pretty crappy, but I've gotten lions from there, and I've gotten some pretty good loot out of that safe. That safe is pretty efficient a lot of the time at providing some decent loot. So you'll have weapon spawns all along this table, okay? All along the desk, and then all along this table. So if you're looking for some maybe gunsmith parts, this is a really good room to check for that. You also have these two cabinets here that you can check potentially for spawns. I've really never ever checked those though. So under the table, so like that, there's a suppressor there. You can take that. That's good money. And there's a rangefinder on there as well. And you can check the two PCs if you want to find a GPU potentially. Printed circuit board, it's not really worth a lot to me. But to each their own. I know a lot of times people are like, oh, don't take this item, take that item. And if you're trying to min-max, yes, that's always really useful. Oh, I'm sorry. If you come out of the Concordia security room, you'll want to make a left and you'll head this way. But a lot of the times I find it that it really is each player's own prerogative to take what loot is valuable to them. For some people having $5 million is a lot. For some people having 1 million rubles is a lot. For some people having 10 million rubles is a lot. I mean, it all depends. It all depends as far as how you're trying to play the game. You have a dead scav back here. You can check. You'll go up here. So this is going to be the two keys that are going to show up on your screen now. This is going to be the Concordia 64 key, which will pop up in the top right. Just so you see it. So when you come in here, you have a spawn in this suitcase. Okay, you can check that. And potentially, I believe, some spawns on this chair. So open this door. And I'm pretty sure this room has been nerfed, but ever since the last patch, I haven't really getting the greatest stuff from it. But before, I have found multiple Bitcoins in this room. Maybe found 2 lions, cats, rare items all over this chair. So make sure you dive into it, put your nose all in it, and then check by the front of the bed, okay, because there's a potential spawn there. You can check the side as well, and there's potential spawn there. Nothing in there right now. I do feel like it got nerfed though, but still worth checking out, I guess, if you're on the side of the building. Then you have the Concordia apartment 64 office key. This key isn't really needed. It's not that good a key at all, really. But you have a rare spawn on right here. So generally it spawns a chain or rare loot like that. Nothing crazy, but we have a Tetris in here, so who knows? Maybe this key is worth it. It depends. It's tech loot. It's not going to be anything like rare, unique loot that you'll find in here, but take that as you will. It's if you want to pay that extra price for that key, it's good enough. It's not amazing. So then we'll go into Concordia 63. We're gonna have this room in here that we'll unlock. This is the Concordia 63 key. It opens up, and you'll have some loot on this table. Okay, generally some rare loot as well. Military cables, Bitcoins, Veritas pick, Tetrises. I've seen all of that spawn in this room along the floor right here. It's really good for all of that stuff. So if you check the floor, you'll find some good loot. And also just make sure you kind of like stick your nose in that envelope there. You can check in here. This has some stim spawns, nothing crazy. Sometimes on this chair, sometimes up here you got to jump a little bit to see it, and sometimes on the floor down here. So that's not anything crazy. You'll have some food spawns here. That's solid enough. And then you can make a left, and this room is open, and this has 2 rare spawns in here as well. And along this whole area, you have ammo and food spawns. So this whole area here has ammo and food. As you see, sugar. Sugar's pretty valuable right now. But you stick your head in the suitcase, so right in the middle of it, that's a rare spawn. And then over here in these 2 binders, it's hidden. You can't see it. It's a rare spawn as well. So both of those are rare spawns for loot. So that about wraps up my Concordia loot run. I mean, some other people might tell you a little bit differently, but that's how I play it. To each their own, though, right? I'm telling you how I've made my money. I'm at 27 million as of recording this video. And I would say 60 to 70% of that has been from playing streets and farming money on streets. While it may not be the most enjoyable, I think it's, you know, if you're just trying to farm money at night and stuff like that, it's really good for farming money. Really avoiding PvP. I don't really run into PvP that much at night on streets, but, you know, to each what they want to play and what type of game mode. Be careful when running through this crane site. There will be a lot of scavs. What I tend to do is actually run around the back and then run around this back fence. And like that, you can avoid most of them. You might have one that's like camping around this fence right here, so be aware of that. And the car dealership, just for reference, is to our right, just so you know where we're at right now. And once again, be aware of Caban, because snipers can spawn on that rooftop. At night, you have more advantage because their range is significantly decreased, but just be aware if they can be hiding there, they can be standing up there, and snipers will absolutely mess you up. So this next building is a check building. This is the kitchen. Be aware that if you hear footsteps, you can definitely shoot players through here. This used to be open, but it's now boarded up. But you can check into those rooms, and you can see there's players in there maybe. The entrance to this building has 2 sides, so this is if you're coming down the dealership side, and then the back side as well, towards the playground and things like that. So we'll come in here. Now you can check in. I'll show you a couple areas to check. You can check around here, around the shelf. This has some potential spawns there. That's generally just like, I would say hideout crafts and stuff like that you can find in there. Or hideout items. Then you'll have some tech spawns here, some ammo spawns along this bench. Then you can go in here. You'll check in here. Stick your nose in here. Because this is also a rare spawn. So you'll get some stuff there. A dead scav you can loot there. And you come down this way, you can check these cabinets for hideout stuff and potential stuff you can sell. So you can go down here and check this one as well. See if there's anything that spawns in there. That is all of those I've shown you there are hideout, kind of like utility items, if you will. Pliers and wrenches and stuff like that. So in here in a suitcase, this is also a rare spawn. You can have filing cabinets you can check if you're looking for maybe flash drives or light bulbs, stuff like that. You have a jacket you can check in here. Chainlet, so not crazy, but you know. It's okay. Another filing cabinet you can check. A motor, that's good money, so we'll take that. And then over here you have potential for some other spawns. I've seen this has been I wonder if this table right here is a randomized spawn, because I've seen from golden roosters to, like, you just saw some peas. I've seen kind of everything spawn in there. Check this side here. This is also a rare spawn that can spawn here. We'll go through here. We'll check in here, check the floor, check the books, and check the shelf. That's a rare spawn. You'll have a desk here that can spawn some tech items, PCBs, lights, or bulbs, drills, wires, graphics cards, all that stuff. A PC in there as well. Check this chair, check the bed, ammo spawns, maybe some rare spawns as well for you. Right on top of that magazine, that is a Bitcoin spawn for rare loot. So I've just got plenty of Bitcoins from there, and then this shelf as well. So all of that's really good in here. Then you can check this kitchen. There's sometimes moonshine and then some rare items. So like 42 coffee beans, that's good right there. Then you can check all of this, and then don't forget to check inside of this box. This box it's randomized loot, so you can get a bunch of anything in there, but it's really good to check. You can always potentially get stuff. Be careful when you open that door, that a lot of players tend to camp down here and hold you. They tend to rat, if you will. They'll sit prone right here and look towards that doorway. That can absolutely just take you out super easily, so be aware and maybe just try and jiggle peek that really quick. So in here you have a duffel bag, and come back here you have a med case, so that's worth checking really quick. Then we'll run down this way, and we'll go into this room right here. This is a solid room for some more mechanical spawns, hideout stuff. So all on this table, along the backside, along that bench, and in there, and on the floor as well, you'll get some items. We'll go to these double doors. We'll open, and we'll check down here. You can check in this area. Maybe sometimes around inside the tire, it can glitch out inside the boxes. So right now we have a nice guy pass. Boom. We'll put that in our inventory, and we'll go up the steps here. You can always get a good shot as well at the back area here, kind of like the courtyard area, if you will. This has a lot of, you know, good view. You can hear a lot of players running up and stuff like that. So we'll go up the steps. We'll go all the way to the top as far as it'll let us. You'll see you can't go any further. You'll open this door. These are called the, I'm going to put the key on the map for you guys. These are called the iron gate doors. So this one right here, you don't need a key, which I'll show you. You can just open. But this one, and then this one all need the iron gate key. It does have potential. I've had the iron gate key I've had it a couple times, actually, a decent amount, should I say. And it's made me okay money, nothing crazy. But it is worth having if you're going to come up here, I'd say. Maybe throw in your inventory if you want to spend that money on it. It's not necessary, but I definitely recommend potentially throwing it on there as an add-on. I'd say it's an honorary mention. So this one's open. We'll go in here. Like I said, we'll go in here. We'll check right here. Look at that. Veritas pick. So that's solid. We'll put that in here. Normally I put that in my sick case, but just so you check that bowl so you're aware. Then you'll come down here. You'll open this one, which is open. There's no loot that spawns in here. You just drop down, and you'll go down one floor. You'll come all the way down here, and you'll check right here. This is I've got a GPUs here. This is a tech spawn right on the floor here and right on top of the washing machine. So check both of those. Those are tech spawns. You can come in here, ammo spawns along that shelf, and check the table always for some potential rare random spawns. Mainly looking for moonshine, stuff like that. So right now, I'm going to show you the most expensive key on this list is the Check 15 key. Okay, I bought this key for 1.5 million at the time. So this key right here, neat thing, you can always jump on here. Excuse me. And you can kind of like look in. Oh, I'm kind of doing a crappy job of showing you. But you can kind of look in. I don't know why I'm struggling to... Oh, you know what it is. I think it's because I have my bag. The bag actually tends to throw me off. Yeah, there you go. You can actually look in there and see if there's any loot before you use it. So if you look... So on that couch... Oh, I'm trying not to lean, sorry. So on that couch there's spawns, and then on that back chair there's spawns, and in that filing cabinet there's spawns. Doesn't look like there's anything in there right now. Once again, offline rates, I feel like the loot is kind of skewed, so just be aware of that. So we'll open it anyway so I can show you the spawns in here. Doesn't really count as a use for me. It has I believe 15 uses. Yeah, 20 uses. So, you know, use them sparingly. It's 1.5 million. It's not a lot, but you have so spawns on this night shelf, spawns on this chair. You go in here, spawns on this chair, spawns behind the chair, spawns in the filing cabinet. Bitcoin right there. That's a great example. That's really worth it. So on this chair as well, rare loot spawns, and around the floor here as well. So make sure you look for all that stuff. It's really a very high tier loot. It's not a marked key, but you know, it's probably up there in terms of the type of loot you can get from it. It's really good. It's a rare loot key. So this key I just opened is stairs. This is really just a transportation key, a movement key, because like I said, this building only has one way or two ways in. So one right here, and then one versus the way we came in. So this is the back of the building, that would be the front of the building. And the only other way, if you don't have the stair keys, you would have to go back all the way we just came and kick in the doors. So I'll show you that in case you don't want to buy the stairs key. So back the way we came, and you'll kick these doors, you'll go to breach, and it'll open, boom, and then you can go back down here this way. So this is the way we came up originally. So we'll go back, and I'm going to show you the stairs, why it's so much easier to run that, because people can hold you there a lot easier. Here you can actually, turns out, get an easy rotate out of the back of the building, or even through the front of the building. So you can also come on this side and sit here if you want to rat a little bit. It's actually really good. You can look down at players running through, and players that go to loot there, they don't necessarily always check this. If they see the door open though, they might know something's up. So yeah, you can always close the door and then come back over here. So that about wraps up the check building, I'd say. So you can drop down here. You'll see this is the way we came in, and then I'm going to show you the back way. So I think that about wraps up all the keys I've used here. Stairs, check 15, Lexus, I said I don't use it. Oh, tar bank, actually, that's one I haven't shown you. So we'll go out the back here, and we'll make a right. And we'll come right over here. And we'll open this big red door. We'll come through here. What's interestingly enough is you don't actually need the tarbane key. If you wanted to, you could actually try and glitch it by shooting the glass out and jumping through there and try and like squeeze. It's finicky. You gotta kind of like squeeze your way in. But if you just buy the key, it's not that expensive. And you'll have these safes. You'll have 2 to loot. They're not spawning items, but they spawn money. So I'll just show you here as we pull all that money in. It's just putting it to my inventory. Boom. If you get one that has rubles and dollars in it, a lot more than just, euros and dollars in it than just rubles, makes it a little bit more worth it. So we got 280 euros out of there. So if you close that and you go open here, it's gonna be another one of those safes that's exactly the same. So it's just money in there. Worth it. I'd hit it every time. You know, it doesn't really cost me anything. It's not a high risk key or anything like that. So I don't tend to run into players there. Just be aware of maybe the Kaban guards. They can't really shoot you in there, but you know, if you go out the front of that building, they could kill you. So right now, this is the loot we have. This is, you know, I'm not talking about millions plus every run, but you're looking at a pretty solid return as of right now, but there's even more to check. So this building right here, it's across the, so just to give you a reference point, so the Czech building we just came out of is over here. Okay, so this is the back side that we came out of, and we ran kind of a diagonal line over here. And we're going to come in here, and we're going to go straight up. We're going to go all the way up here. And we're going to come in here, and we're going to check these shelves. This is a tech spawn, GPUs, power supplies, all that kind of stuff. Duffel bag, check here. I always hit that duffel bag and never forget it. Some hideouts, hideout items can spawn in there. A toolbox, and you can run along the right side here, and then you'll get to these rare loot key or rare rooms. So you'll go here, and right here, for example, you have a cat in the oven. So a cat, you can check the floor here. That's a Bitcoin spawn, rare loot spawn. And then you can check this back side for some ammo. And then you go in here. This is also some rare spawns. Check the floor. There always seems to be some stuff that spawns there. Check inside of this book. That is a stim spawn and rare loot spawn. Inside this this shelf. And then on this chair. All 3 of those are worth checking. It's a stim spawns and rare loot spawns as well. So definitely check those out. Ammo and stuff and food can spawn in that shelf over there. Nothing crazy. I'll run across, and then I kind of just check this one jacket here, and then I go over here and I check the counter over here for food items. So like that, some sugar. You can get moonshine and stuff like that from there. Worth it. So then we'll go down this way, opposite of the way we came. You can check the grenade cases. You see there's 1, 2 here. Then in here, you'll jump over that. This has some more hideout items, pliers, wrenches, stuff like that. You can check there. Duffel bag, boom. Dead scav. Some loot spawns on here as well. Then we'll go down here. Check over is this tech spawn right here, around the back, around the sides, and then in the I can't name this right now. What is a baby stroller? Jesus Lordy. This has, I think it's a randomized spawn as well. So I've gotten kind of everything from the inside of it. As you can tell, I got fabric, but I've seen GPUs spawn in there. It's everything. It's completely randomized. You'll come through the doors, you'll come down here, and then you'll go into the piggy room. So you'll open here. And the piggies are just having a really dandy time. You'll check on this desk. I do believe this was nerfed to the ground because I don't see really anything spawning in here anymore. Maybe once every like 20 raids, but it's worth checking anyway. It's open. You have a PC here to search, and then some food items to search, and then we can hit this one more spot. So on these counters, you'll have some loot as well that spawns. So food items, randomized items, hideout items, stuff like that. And come through here. And you can come check these shelves. So noise gap pass and some keck tape. And these shelves have all kind of randomized loot on them. It's pretty solid though. As you can tell, I got a noise sky pass and a keck tape from them. Then we'll go in here. We have a duffel, dead scav to check. And we can check these shelves for some ammunition as well. So at that point, I'll check my expos. I have the expo checkpoint, which is going to be rotating out this way. It's pretty easy to rotate it. You can just run out this backside and kind of avoid all player contact. So at nighttime, once again, it's super safe and super easy to run. You're not going to really run into a lot of players. it stopped. Did it stop raining? It didn't really stop raining, so I'm just going to do this explanation inside to save you amount of time. So as you can tell, I'm not showing crazy detail. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible for more simple, a simple explanation for people who want to make money in the game. This is a really safe run that I just showed you at night with those keys that I showed you to easily make a lot of profit up. I mean, this is self-explanatory. You're talking Bitcoin, you have Veritas Pick 42, you have Motor, you have Tetris, Cat. I mean, you definitely made back a lot of your money here. So keep in mind, if you're down on funds, if you just want to run around and loot and you don't want to really look for PvP, playing at nighttime on streets with that kind of those keys I showed you is absolutely one of the most efficient ways to make money. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope it wasn't too simple. I just wanted to keep it very straightforward for you guys. If you want to be looking for some more future Tarkov content, make sure you drop a sub, guys. And if you want to put this video out and the algorithm help other people out, make sure you drop a like. I'm going to put some Modern Warfare 3 beta content up here at the end of this weekend because it is a beta, so I plan to be playing that and trying that out a lot. But other than that, guys, have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and peace.